Assalamu alaikum. This is Farid
Sure.
Patan. Good afternoon from your side and good morning from my side. I am just from United States, and you are Mr. Iftikhar Azim from Dhaka, and Mr. Farhad Hussain is from Dhaka. The current today, our topic is fake news and reality in Manipur, Kashmir, and Bangladesh. So we'll discuss about what's going on in the social media. There are a lot of news is going on in the air that we cannot believe it that what West Bengal and the other countries all over the world they're going on the social media with all the fake news. Would you please, Mr. Farhad Hussain, say what's going on in this fake news? The fake news in West Bengal that we see Republic TV, Kolkata television, and there are some others. There are some other the social media platform. They are over and over and over going the fake news uh, about the Kashmir, about the Manipur, about Bangladesh, about the Myanmar, which is our neighbor country. Would you please explain what's going on in there?
Thank you, Farid Bhai. It is your generosity and kindness that you have invited me in a particular prestigious show. I would like to clarify it first. Propaganda does not bring anything good. Propaganda creates chaotic situation which cannot be accepted in the 21st century. I am very much shocked to see the propaganda deliberately exactly we are getting from West Bengal's media. Not all medias, but some particular medias. Indian journalism has got a particular standard, but some medias do not maintain this at all. It is very much unfortunate that some medias, in not only in Calcutta, but also other parts of India, you know that they are found engaged in deliberate and categorical propaganda, which are totally baseless. And I think that it is creating a damage in the image, Indian image of media. I think that we cannot expect this sort of media sentiment from India, from our neighboring country. That is very clear. And now I'd like to tell you one thing that you have made a question to me about Kashmir and
In
Manipur.
Manipur.
Kashmir is a long disputing, conflicting zone, a territory between India and Pakistan since 1947. You know, Kashmir has been a burning issue, and even Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the former prime minister and the first prime minister of India, could feel it and made the statement that Kashmir is a time bomb and it might be blasted at any time. It was the comment of the first prime minister of India. It's not my comment. But unfortunately, you know that the commitments exactly made by Jawaharlal Nehru during his all premiership for 17 days, unfortunately, he did not keep any commitment towards Kashmir.
It
It is
used to
very
call it
unfortunate.
heaven of the world.
Yes, Kashmir is called the heaven of the world. And you know that Jawaharlal Nehru has the legacy of Kashmir because his forefathers used to live in Kashmir. And his forefather Raj Kaul was invited by Farrokshir, the Mughal emperor of Delhi during the time. Raj Kaul was a Pandit, particularly in Sanskrit, in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, you know, Vedas, Ramayana, etc. And the reputation of Raj Kaul was exactly circulated all over India. And that is why Mughal Emperor Farrokh Shah invited him and appointed him as the Shahar Katwal of Delhi and Allahabad. And a dormitory was built up for him on the bank on a lake exactly which it has come from the river Yamuna. The person who is living on the bank of lake, that lake, which is
Correct.
called in Urdu Nahar. And then Raskaul has been exactly, Raskaul is replaced with the name of Raj Nehru. And this is the history, short history of Nehru. Because Jawaharlal Nehru has a strong legacy of Kashmir. He is a Kashmiri Pandit. And that is why he could not exactly discard his ideas psychologically from Kashmir. And consequently, he made so many promises and commitments towards Kashmir, particularly to bring a solution to the disputing issue of Kashmir. But during his whole career as a Prime Minister of India, he could not keep any single comment, a single commitment towards Kashmir. It is unfortunate, which exactly created the situation very confusing in the later days. I'd like to tell you that there is a book which is a very authentic book which has been written in Sanskrit by Kalahan, is a Pandit, Indian scholar, Kashmiri Pandit, who wrote a book on the history of Kashmir in Sanskrit. And it had been translated by Sitaram Pandit, Pandit Sitaram. Uh, is a very important person. You know that Ranjit Sitaram
Understood.
Pandit. He is you will be surprised to know that interestingly, he is the husband of, sorry, interestingly, he is the husband of Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, the younger sister of Jawaharlal Nehru. Ranjit Sitaram Pandit, a Kashmiri Brahmin, was the husband of Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit is a colorful lady who represented India in different capacities in diplomatic level. She was the High Commissioner of India in Britain. She was the ambassador of India in Moscow, and she was ultimately she was the president of UN General Assembly. You know, her husband Ranjit Sitaram Pandit translated this book Raj Tarangini, the Sanskrit history about Kashmir. Sitaram was a barrister. Ranjit Sitaram was a Gujarati barrister and having the legacy of Kashmir as a Pandit, Kashmiri Pandit. And you will find the history. You know that Kashmir had taken over by the Muslim rulers in, the 13th and 14th century. The ruling class was Muslim and it was continued for a pretty long time. But unfortunately or fortunately, whatever you like to say, I don't like to make the comment on this. When Maharaja Ranjit Singh became powerful, he captured Kashmir up to the border of Afghanistan. Even he had a control over Kabul. And during the time, he exactly ousted the Muslim rulers from Kashmir. He installed a dynasty, not Kashmiri people. A dynasty came from Kashmiri legacy or lineage. This Ranjit Singh installed a dynasty taken from, Rajasthan, a
Understood.
Dogra dynasty from Rajasthan. And now Dogra king, yes, Maharaja Hari Singh, the last executive king of Kashmir,
Kashmir, right.
belonged to the Dogra dynasty, came from Rajasthan, not the people of Kashmir at all.
At that time, there was 90% people been Muslim, and only
And you know
five.
that 86 to 87% people are Muslims still now, and
Mm,
Muslim community is not declined. They are getting majority day by day by birth, you know,
But
and
but in Indian government they passed a law 370 so that the other ethnicity they can buy the land
370,
in Kashmir.
370 article is very unfortunate.
Right.
It has been imposed 370. Yes, revocation of the 370 article is very unfortunate. And you know
Isn't
that
it,
there was a
isn't it,
stock.
isn't it the Indian government is trying to put more other ethnic people in the Kashmir?
Let me clarify 370 article. You know that there is a research person, particularly over Kashmir, and he is Ashraf Jahangir Kazi. Ashraf Jahangir Kazi was the stalwart intellectual and the diplomat of Pakistan. He was once upon a time the High Commissioner of Pakistan in New Delhi, and he was the PR, permanent representative of Pakistan in Washington D.C. He made a long speech on the issue of Kashmir, narrating the unfortunate exactly situation created for exactly for exactly for wiping out 370 article, or for the revocation of 370 article by Modi government, Narendra Modi
Right.
government. It is
Hmm.
unfortunate, and grossly I would like to mention that under 370 article, Kashmir had been given particular status in the constitution, and it was the constitutional concurrent decision taken by the founding fathers of India. I'd like to mention the name of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, Sardar Patel, Mahatma Gandhi, Acharya Kripalani, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, and others, Kamalapati Tripathi. They were the founding fathers of Indian independence. They could feel exactly examining the position of the demography of the Muslim community, the majority community. They felt an urge exactly to give the special status to the state of Kashmir. That is separate flag, separate constitution, and uh, 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 autonomy in the internal administration. You know that in order to show the honor of the majority Muslim people. And not only that, another additional clauses are included in Article 370 that no Indian exactly could purchase any piece of land in Kashmir. And not only that, if any Indian marries a Kashmiri lady, the sibling or the children out of this matrimonial relation must not be considered as a citizen of Kashmir,
Kashmir.
but
Right.
all things, all status given by the Indian stalwarts founding fathers who exactly fought for independence, given in the constitution, which had been the Constitution of India, which had been adopted in 1950, had been declined and wiped out and revoked by Modi government.
But still the people of Kashmiris, they are looking for their independence, and about 150,000 people been killed by Indian military.
I would like to make the comment. It mentioned a comment of Rajmohan Gandhi. You know that he is the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. He was an ambassador in different capacities in different parts of the world. He was representing India in different parts of the world as High Commissioner or Ambassador. And in private talking with Mushahidul Islam, the former Information Minister of Pakistan, under Musharraf government, the private discussion, Rajmohan Gandhi made the comment. There is a plebiscite, continuous plebiscite is going on in Kashmir by the movement and demonstration of the majority people against the Indian Union government for their self-determination, for going to the 370 article. But Indian government is found deaf ear to the fact. I'd like to clarify it, one thing very clearly, that Kashmir is always a chaotic situation. I'd like to bring you back to the history. When the Indian independence was declared in 1947, and India was declared as an independent dominion in 1947, 15th August, and 14th August, Pakistan emerged as an independent state.
Right.
And you know that Governor General, the first Governor General, Mr. Jinnah, took oath in Karachi as the first Governor General of Pakistan in 14th August. And in 15th August, Pandit Nehru took oath from Lord Mountbatten, the last Viceroy of India, as the first Prime Minister. And as soon after the declaration of independence, chaotic situation erupted in the state life of Kashmir. You know that Maharaja Hari Singh, the last executive king of Kashmir, was not prepared exactly to get the accession either in the Union territory of India or to the Union territory of Pakistan. In the initial stage, he wanted to be a monarch of an independent dominion, but it was not possible. And by this time, the commotion exactly started in the interior areas of Kashmir, in different places, and the situation was going to the going to situation was going to uncontrol or beyond uncontrol.
But the
Realizing this situation,
United Nations also get involved with it there, right? And at that
no,
time,
no, during the time, no, no, I'd like to
United
clarify it.
Solution.
Lord Mountbatten, still he was the viceroy of India, exactly realizing the situation, grievous situation being erupted in the state life of Kashmir. He visited Maharaja and advised him exactly to join either in the dominion of Pakistan or in the dominion of India. And he also assured Maharaja Hari Singh, the last executive king of Kashmir, that if he would like to have the accession to the territory of Pakistan, India would not mind at all. But Maharaja was found kept silent. He was in confusion. Rather, he was strict on his own decision that he might be emerged as an independent monarch of an independent dominion. But Lord Mountbatten clarified it clearly that in the Declaration of Independence in 1947, the Kashmir has not been given as a dominion status. Kashmir is treated as a princely state, and according to the resolution of the outgoing British Raj, the Kashmir might have the accession to the Union territory of Pakistan or in India. There is no scope to be emerged as an independent state. And by this time, the situation was deteriorated because of the sudden invasion of the Lashkari tribals from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the Wazirit from Waziristan, tribal Lashkar, and the Swatis people joined a group of troops, Pakistani troops, led by Brigadier Akbar, later Major General. He exactly started proceeding towards Srinagar with an objective of capture Kashmir. But you know that the games of politics are not always fair. You know, Nawabjad Liaquat Ali Khan started feeling embarrassed to see the unique advancement of his brigadier, General Akbar. And Akbar was confident enough exactly to go to Srinagar in the shortest possible time and will confine Maharaja Hari Singh and took the control of entire Kashmir.
Mm.
But the situation was different, and Liaquat Ali Khan was embarrassed to see the to see the uncertain situation of his politics in the coming days. And Liaquat Ali Khan anticipated one thing very clearly as the first Prime Minister of Pakistan, that if Brigadier Akbar would be able to occupy entire Kashmir, he would be a hero of Pakistan, and he would take retirement and take part in the election. And in that election, Akbar would be elected, and he would be the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and Liaquat Ali Khan's political future would be declined. And that is why Liaquat Ali reported this matter to to the Indian Army, particularly the Commander in Chief of Indian Army during the time. Still, during the time, the Commander in Chief of Indian Army was Field Marshal Akin Lak, and also Pakistan's Commander in Chief was General Douglas Gracie. You know, and Mr. B was Commander in Chief for a short while, but after his departure, exact from Pakistan, Douglas Gracie took over the Commander in Chief of Pakistan Army, but he was, according to the resolution of the outgoing British Raj, he was under the command of Field Marshal Auchinleck. When Auchinleck exactly was informed that Brigadier Akbar was proceeding towards Srinagar, Auchinleck exactly made a comment over the Commander-in-Chief of Pakistan Army to detain Akbar at any cost. By this time, realizing the chaotic situation, Mr. Jinnah sent his military secretary to Maharaja Hari Singh exactly to talk about the accession. But that failed.
Isn't it India first annexed the Kashmir and then the Pakistan followed the next day?
No, the situation when the situation was being deteriorated, I am coming to the point. It is the
Okay.
real history of Kashmir,
Okay.
real history of the accession of Kashmir to the Union territory, how it had become the part of the Union territory. I'd like to clarify it. You know that but the situation was highly deteriorated. By this time, Lord Ismay was sent by Lord Mountbatten to talk, and not by the then Prime Minister of Britain, to talk about accession to talk to Maharaja Hari Singh about the accession. Lord Ismay was the former military secretary to Sir Winston Churchill during the Second World War. He was a
Mhm.
war strategist,
Right.
but his mission was also failed.
Mhm.
And Akbar by this time exactly started taking a kind of unique procedure towards Srinagar. And Mr. Jinnah exactly wished Akbar to occupy Kashmir out of force. But Liaquat Ali Khan had a different view. you know, about exactly, he was apprehended about his political future. And that is why Akbar had to detain. And it was exactly, Akbar was quite dissatisfied. He was promoted to Major General, but he was not satisfied at all. He was always in a position exactly to revolt in Pakistan Army. And you know that he was ultimately he exactly Pakistan government involved in Rawalpindi conspiracy, and exactly he was ousted from his military job, including Ishfaqul Mujid and Ashami from your region. Ishfaqul Mujid was the topmost senior officer next to Douglas Gracie. Ishfaqul Mojid was made involved in this case with an objective not to see, any Bengali or Assamese officer to be the first commander in chief of Indian Pakistan Army after Sir Douglas Gracie. You know, that is the tragedy. And by this time, the situation was totally unrest. Unrest erupted in a large scale from Gilgit to the district of Punjab, Gurdaspur. It was highly deteriorated. And you know that finding no other alternative, Maharaja Hori Singh exactly made an appeal to the Indian government seeking military assistance from the Indian Union government. Union government took over exactly, took the opportunity and made a military raid over Kashmir and take the control. And you know that Major General Timaya exactly ordered by the then defense minister and Sardar Patel to take over Kashmir. And Timaya later on became the commander in chief of Indian Army. I mean, he took his available jet flight and arrived Srinagar and saved the king and sent the king to New Delhi and took the control of Kashmir.
Oh,
And conflict situation is going on. And you know that when the situation was highly deteriorated, riots was going killing was going on the daily basis. The United Nations exactly started taking concern, and that is why the United Nations formed a monitoring military group. From the from the Security Council of the United Nations organization, UN monitoring military group you know came to Kashmir and proposed to make a line of control in order to exactly reduce the tension in the Kashmir Valley. You know, but the thing is that I'd like to mention a particular, article, some particular resolutions adopted by the United Nations over Kashmir. Resolution number 38, 39, 47, and 51.
yep, yep, I remember that.
These are the major resolutions adopted by the United Nations Security Council over Kashmir. But unfortunately, no resolution was observed by India.
Mhm.
And even Jawaharlal Nehru did not keep any promise and commitment towards Kashmir he made during his whole uh, eh, prime ministership. Unfortunately,
Since then and until today, there was a lot of Kashmiri political leaders been in the custody, and they've been killed. And till today, the
yes,
Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, they are trying to get
you
their
know that
own
right
independence.
now, right now in India, that two states have been become garrison state. One is Kashmir. This for a long time because huge number of Indian Union militaries deployed there to control the movement and and maintain a coercive policy out of force.
Right.
Exactly, out of force to control the movement and that the demand, legitimate demand, and another is Manipur, and Mr. Shoshi Tharoor, the stalwart intellectual, the former Minister of State in External Affairs in the cabinet of Manmohan Singh, visited few days ago, and he mentioned it very clearly that Manipur has been declined as a garrison city. Wherever he went during his visit in
I'll
Manipur,
come back. I'll
he
come back.
exactly he found Indian military deployed there. An unfortunate thing is that the school and college going students are found to take arms and ammunitions engaged in conflicting situation against their rivals in Manipur.
I'll come back again, to you about the Manipur and the Myanmar, the western part of Myanmar, which is the Arakan and the Chin. district. But now I'm asking this some question about the West Bengal. If I ask Mr. Iftikhar Azim, what's going on in West Bengal? That the social media been publishing their fake news every single day. Today, that was a breaking news that
Yeah.
Chanchal
Mm.
Chowdhury, who is an actor
Mm.
of Bangladesh
Yeah.
television, and he's a very good actor that I know. And he got arrested, and he got arrested from the airport. And when that news got viral, that time some reporter went to his residence and asked him, "What's going on? Are you got arrested by the military and the some students?" And then he got surprised that he said, "No, this is totally fake. Totally, totally is not true. What's going on in our social media? Would you please explain what's going on in West Bengal social media news and news portal, some of the channels?"
Thank you, Mr. Patan, for this opportunity for me to speak about this thing. Although this is just an open book, everybody knows what's going on. One channel, I believe, Republic Bangla. That's the most biggest culprit that
Mayur
everybody
Ranjan Ghosh.
consider. Momoy Ranjan Ghosh. And there are some ladies also over there now, new edition over there. They thought only why one person should jump like this, there should be other people around also. So this whole thing can become like a circus. To me, it's very much surprising that we both are same speaking, same tongue, same
Mm,
language, Bengali,
same language, right?
Bangladeshi. Okay. We in our I'll just go few years back even. We never been so much hostile. I have visited Calcutta many times because I used to work under a company which was Indian based, multinational company. So there was nothing like that. I saw that they were hostile towards us, but that they were very happy that we would go there. Why? Because we Bangladeshis like to spend. So you can see in their news now they are putting their head like this hands. But what will happen? So propaganda is lie. Okay. So whether Adolf Hitler did or Mussolini did, anybody did, even now Putin is doing, is a propaganda. Propaganda is pack of lies. So the current media, whatever they are doing right now, they are thinking that whatever they will tell anybody, they will believe it. Like for example, yesterday I was looking at a uh, YouTube. There are a lot of YouTube channels, Bengal, West Bengal based. So one person was saying we should make a strategical strike on Bangladesh to teach them a lesson. So to me, it's a very surprising thing that why he's like my brother. Bangladeshi to another Bangladeshi, whether it is West Bengal or uh, Bangladesh doesn't matter actually. We were never like that. Suddenly we become hostile towards each other.
Do you think
So,
these are political issues that the
ob-
previous prime minister
uh,
she left the country, and now the some financial investment being done
hmm,
to the social media in West Bengal by our
obviously,
main
obviously.
government?
Of course, they have financed heavily these medias, and I think recently whether the financing has gone down or not, I do not have any idea. But today, only today, this morning, very early morning, I was watching news just after the early morning prayer in YouTube that they were showing a lady in the channel came, and she is very polite, I should say. And she has given the true picture, actually, what is going on. But I don't think this is maybe only 2%. And this thing will not be liked by the common population over there. But they are, I think they are not at all there to face the reality that they are losing business, everything,
Yeah.
make showing their hostility. Why? My first question is why you are so much hostile towards us? Just because of BGP, nothing else. It's a political stunt, nothing else. Because as you know, this the clown Ranjan Ghosh, his boss, what's his name?
Which are Mr.
Uh, uh,
Modi?
uh, uh, Arnab Goswami.
Arnab Ghosh.
Arnab Goswami is originally Assami. Hmm. He's from Assam. And whatever happens in Manipur, there are very videos which are very gruesome, even banned in YouTube normal channel. When I've seen those things this year, even small child, small kid, girl, like 12 years old, 10 years old, put head hands behind their head and
Right.
was shot and
Oh,
shot and shot in the street. When she was shot in the street, people are passing by.
oh,
And those people who were passing by, they were not Christians. Those are Hindus, Sanatanas. And they attacked the girl that has been killed. She's Christian. There was attack also in Assam, as you know, long time back when we were in
well,
our high
hundreds
school.
and thousands of people been killed in Manipur, and
Yes,
the last moments was is going on. What do we have
yeah,
heard and what do we have seen last year? And that one
mm,
lady been naked in a market and been led
yes.
to walk by the police of the Indian government, Indian army. That is totally is unacceptable.
Actually, Pathan Bhai, to be, if you look at the current, what we know, what we are hearing right now, it's just one incident. Like this, many incidents are happening, which is
Going on, right?
unthinkable. Huh. So, what happened? There are seven sisters.
Mhm.
Majority of the seven sisters, the population is basically Christians and then Buddhist.
All right.
Assam, this Mayuk Ranjan's boss,
Or no.
Arnab Goswami, Arnab, to get this TRP, he has even some case files against him, but he always get away because he's a BJP member. His father belongs to BJP, some head position or something like that. But anyway, he's a big criminal, I would rather say. I should not pass this count, but he's a criminal because he's committing a crime, hate crime. This is a very bad crime. Nothing can be more bigger than this. He's spreading communalism, which is not acceptable. These people who are going to Manipur and killing, do you have any idea who are they? Basically, they
Mostly,
are from which?
they
Ah,
are the government officials.
yes, but which from where?
Mm.
They are basically Assam rifle, just like BDR of Bangladesh. They are Assamese rifle people, 100% Sanatanas, and they are with ha- they are fully trained by RSS mentality. So how can you help it out? You can't. Like few minutes ago, I was watching a news that there is a Bangladesh, I think our southern bloc. In Myanmar. San Martin is gone or something like that. You remember a few days ago I was joking here that whether San Martin is there or not. So, but they are showing they are showing a tunnel and saying that somebody is entering the San Martin. I don't get it. That how come from such a distance a tunnel can be dug and somebody
What do
can
we
enter
know
San
from
Martin?
what do we know from all the data that the border side of Indian cities they
Mm-hmm.
all depends on Bangladesh visitors.
Of course, of course.
And the people who are going there from Bangladesh and shopping in there and having their medical treatment from India, so they spend
Mm-hmm.
a lot of money, and they keep their
Mm-hmm.
economy ongoing. So
Yes.
why the Indian, all this, the India, the people of in West Bengal, Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, all these
Mm.
borders cities, they are totally depends on. Now I could see some pictures is coming in the social
Mhm.
media that they are crying
Mhm.
that people are from Bangladesh, they are not going in there. So I think for the both side, win-win situation. If we have a better relationship with our neighboring country and have our Mr. Farad Hussein is back. Uh, uh, we've been talking, Mr.
Thank you.
Farad.
Thank you. I had a problem. I had an electricity problem.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Uh,
sorry that I have been disconnected.
Mhm.
Mr. Farad Hussein,
I'm very much happy. Please,
we've been
Farid Bhai,
talking.
repeat your question.
Okay, we've been talking about that. A lot of people are from Bangladesh. They are going to Indian border cities like Tripura, Meghalaya, Manipur, West Bengal, Assam, and having their goods from there and do their spending money in those cities. Now, these cities are totally, it's like a morgue house. Nobody's in there, so the economy is falling apart. So would you please explain that the people are in those cities, how they claim that they would take over Bangladesh or Bangladesh would take over them. I'm not going into that part. I'm asking how the economy is depends on the both countries. The friendship, a better friendship, and having a better relationship between these two countries and between these two government.
Thank you, Farid Bhai. It's a very good question you have asked me. I don't like to right now go to the entire economy of India. Rather, I should connect it with Bangladesh. Rather, I should mention it clearly that some particular cities or state adjacent to Bangladesh, you know, states of India adjacent to Bangladesh,
Like Tripura, Assam, West
in the
Bengal.
bordering states of Bangladesh. Rather, I
Right.
should say, first thing is West Bengal, second Tripura,
Mhm.
Assam.
Assam, right.
These are the almost the
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya's this. I think that economy is neatly connected with Bangladesh.
Very
For
deeply.
example, for example, I'd like to mention it that yesterday or day before yesterday, I'm confused about the particular date. I was watching a video from West Bengal. That particularly the selling in the market, new market at Calcutta, the in
It's
Calcutta
empty.
has been deteriorated
Empty.
because the buyers and purchasers mostly exactly are going to Bangladesh. And not only the fabrics but other cosmetics and other things,
If I
oven
if I
items,
would say, if I would say not only goods, not only
oven
goods,
garments, oven
fabric, the
garments are
service
being
as well.
purchased. Oven
Not only
garments are
goods.
being purchased in a large scale by Bangladeshi buyers, and that is why every day it was found before the visa restriction. That it was found in influx of Bangladeshi people are crossing the border to go to Calcutta and Tripura. And that Tripura is highly connected with Bangladesh in several ways in diverse economic endeavors. Like that it is very interesting that the care cosmetics and other indigenous products, cosmetics products of Bangladesh are usually are going to Tripura, and there is a
Right.
good market of stock lot garments and other items of cosmetics items. Tripura have got a very particular. Tripura is in the position of having this from Bangladesh, and they are creating a particular market of Bangladeshi goods. So, in a not micro but in a macro level, the economy of West Bengal and Tripura are highly connected with Bangladesh. It is fact. So
It's
it
not
cannot
only
be
goods,
denied and ignored.
Farhad
So
bhai,
those who are
Farhad bhai, it
those,
is not,
those
Farhad bhai, if I stop it there, it's not only the goods. the service as well, because all the
Medical
doctors and the
service,
clinic,
medical service.
medical
Yeah.
service,
You
right,
know that huge numbers of patients are going to Calcutta
right,
for better
right.
treatment, and the doctors are getting their practice in a very well way to earn money in a very lucrative way. But I think that many doctors, for the first time, it was the temperament shown by the doctors of West Bengal that they are not have any intention to treat Bangladeshi patients, but they have exactly revisited and revised their sentiment and ideas. They
The
exactly
hotel,
welcome the patients from Bangladesh. The Indian
hotel and
doctors are
motel.
welcoming now the patients from Bangladesh, because they can now realize that it is not a wise decision exactly not to entertain the or treat or give the treatment to the patients of Bangladesh. It is a question of economy. It is a question of the daily income. So those who are making the comment, some irresponsible, I think that medias from West Bengal are exactly engaged in propaganda. This is not fair. It should be stopped as soon as possible in order to
They
bring a
should,
very
they
normal
should,
relation for the normal life of the people of both the countries, especially the people of West Bengal and people of Tripura.
they should realize, Farad Bhai, that it is like a $17 billion of deficit, trade deficit between India and Bangladesh. It
Yes,
is,
it depends on the Union Government of India. But one thing that is very surprising and interesting also, that in many times the union government is not in a position exactly to take the decision of its own accord. For example, I would like to say Tista Treaty and Feni Nodi Treaty, Feni River and Tista River Treaty, Manmohan Singh exactly visited Bangladesh with 8 states, eight chief ministers of the 8 states of India. You know, it
mhm.
was only Mamata Banerjee who created a strong impediment. And because of the categorical, deliberate non-cooperation to Manmohan Singh by Mamata Banerjee, Manmohan Singh having good wishes exactly to put his signature on the agreement of sharing waters of Tista and Feni Nodi
It
was
was
not
about to
implemented
sign.
because Mamata Banerjee exactly stood against this sort of agreement,
it was about
and
to sign that agreement.
union government under the prime ministership of Manmohan Singh could not take any step against Mamata Banerjee. As I told you earlier, that India is not a country. It has been clarified exactly by the statement of Rahul Gandhi also, and this position, state position, or the republic position of India has been manifested also by the clause in the constitution that India is a union territory.
But
So, if
I
union
would,
government in many cases does not have any power exactly to go against the decisions of the chief ministers of the state governments, and that is why the implementation of Tista agreement and the implementation of Feni River agreement had not been implemented yet.
the Mamata Banerjee, I remember that for by Mamata Banerjee been saying it that Hasina is my friend, is okay, but not above the people of West Bengal.
But fortunately or unfortunately, I'd like to tell it, the Mamata Banerjee has to depend on the supporters, the Muslim community in West Bengal.
All right, all right.
Now, the percentage of the Muslim community in West Bengal is not less than 33%.
30, 37,
And it is growing on in a very rapid way. What might be
37%
the
right now.
picture of the coming days, I don't know.
37% right now.
I would like to make it clear. When I visited with my wife in 2002 in Calcutta, I had a Jetamoshai in Calcutta. He was a man from West Bengal. He migrated exactly from, sorry, he was a man from East Bengal. He migrated from East Bengal to West Bengal during 1947 when he was a boy of 10 years old. He was one of the teachers leader of West Bengal. He is a man of Brahmanbaria Sultanpur. He loved me very much. Still, he is alive by the grace
Now,
of Allah,
now
more than
we
more than
heard.
90. He is now more than 90. He was exactly taking me along with my wife exactly, and he had shown a particular areas of some particular areas of city of Calcutta where the Muslim majority people are living, and he pointed his finger and had shown me that this is the sign of creating another Pakistan in the territory of West Bengal, because their
yeah,
growth rate
now,
and
if I
growth rate is very high. They are the working class people. They don't they are not in a position exactly to lead a very posh life, and that is why their amusement
do
is
you,
only
Farad,
depends on the
Farad,
proximity with their
Farad,
wives, and they are
Farad,
exactly getting bread of their children, and they are
Farad,
getting a particular
Brother, if I ask
good.
you this kind of propaganda because of this political objective, they are trying to get rich there, or this is BJP and RSS, they are trying to put that division between the Muslim and Hindus uh, and take the political advantage?
Thank you for it, Bhai. It's a
Uh,
very good question. I'd like to mention it very clearly
because what
on the
Shubhendu
issue of your
Adhikari,
question. India is a country. India is a country having the diversity in religion, in caste, creed, ethnicity, language, culture. India is a country of unique ethnicities.
right?
There
Mhm.
are people living in different ethnicities. So what is happening in Manipur? It will encourage other ethnic communities living in India. So what sorry, what BJP is doing, it is unwise.
And
I think
RSS.
that BJP's policies towards the community, and particularly the Muslim community, cannot be accepted. This will exactly, it is exactly the anti-communal sentiment which cannot be encouraged by any Indian political party. But BJP is doing this categorically and deliberately over the years and years, and
Right.
this will bring a particular situation in the impending days that India, it will be difficult task for India exactly to maintain the status of union territory as a republic. If what is going on in Manipur, the ethnic communal riots, it might encourage the other ethnic communities living in different parts of India. You know that it is unfortunate that a standing order has been given by the court of Manipur that the equal status will be enjoyed by the Maithi ethnic community. The Maithis are the majority and the Kuki are the minority. Minority people have got the particular privilege exactly in the state life, but similar privilege have also been given by the court to the Maithi group, what had been given by Kuki group as minority, but it has also been ensured by the court orders that the similar facilities in service in republic facilities in the republic level state life will be equally given to the Maithi group, but they are the majority, and this exactly made a particular issue of conflicting situation that is prevailing in Manipur now. You know that this is very important, and Maithi is taking a certain kind of policy and measure exactly to abdominate the Kuki group. They are exactly ousted from the houses.
Mhm.
Their lands were being seized. You
Now,
know,
if
their
I
lands were being seized,
Now
and
I'm asking. Now
you
I'm
know that
asking a question to Mr. Iftikhar Azim. That what do you think
Yes.
about that? The Rohingyas. They are like 1.2 million people. They are in Bangladesh, and now we can hear. Now we can see that the some Arakan armies, they are taking over.
Yeah.
They are taking over some cities next to our border in their control, but we would see that more people might cross over to our country. Do you think any picture of that?
It's very likely. It's not unlikely, but we the biggest blunder we did, the previous government did in 2017, when the the Rohingyas were allowed in the first place. It sounds very rude, but it is the reality that they promoted this killing, and the international community kept quiet, and we did not properly protested even, and to win the peace prize. What a stupid ideas, I do not want to go to details. So these things happen, but how will you take them out of here? It will take time, but there are process over there. The current issue I'm telling you, regarding today's one matter, Arakan army, they are very, very notorious and very, very, very well trained,
Well trained,
and
right?
well trained, and they have their female commandos also, and but they're the biggest one. I should say. Then there is
And they
Arsa,
have like
another one.
46,000
Mhm.
military personnel. They are fighting
Correct, correct,
against
correct.
that
And then
juntas.
exactly, and they're just like semi Gurkha type
All
people
right.
in fighting, because they're the mountainous people and they're very hardworking. And I'm not aware till now that what is the percentage of that is actually not relevant even about how many Muslims are there or Christians or Buddhists are there,
Not only the
because they
Rohingyas,
only
they are Muslims. The other
only the
65% are they're Buddhist.
exactly. About in some cases they have their leader also. Different sects are many Buddhists. Maybe the leader is Muslim. The only thing that like he is Bangladeshi, I'm Bangladeshi. That's what it counts. So,
Mhm, mhm. So,
just like that.
mhm,
Today's one, what I was about to say, I'm sorry, was diverted from the point. Maundu, the city, Maundu city is right after Teknaf. There is the closest city is Maundu. Arakan army has the latest report. How far it is true or not, there is no visual proof has been sent yet to anywhere. And there are many fake news, as you know, as in the YouTube also. But the news has been given about they are 330 to 40 kilometer away from our border
okay.
in
Across the
Mandu.
Naf River.
Yes,
Across the
yes.
Naf
The
River.
across the after. And Maundu actually was a very nice place. I wanted to visit there
What's
just to
some
see.
intelligence report that I got that the Arakan army already reached to the Kaladan River, up to the Kaladan River, and next to the port. So if I ask Mr. Farad Hussain that what would be impact if anything was the government change in Myanmar? Do you think our government and the Myanmar government we're going to have a better relationship and having another market and the other option for ours consumers so that we can go if the threat that we what we get from India that we're going to block our food onion and gingers and all the spices that we sometimes we hear from some out some idiots from West Bengal social media. Uh, do you think that our option is going to open if something comes from Myanmar and the eastern part of Bangladesh?
Yes, Bangladesh should have a cautious policy towards Myanmar and towards the eastern portion of India. That means the eastern states. I was telling about the situation being erupted right now in Manipur. And few days ago, Shashi Tharoor, I visited there, and already I've told you that he mentioned an alarming statement that he had given to see the situation there.
Mhm.
And thing is that uh, Myanmar, you know that the question of the Rohingya refugees living in Bangladesh, it is not less than 12 or 13 lakhs people are still living in Bangladesh.
There's 1.3
United
million people.
Hmm.
Yes, 1.3 million, more than
Right,
1.3 million,
right.
because the children are getting birth every day
Yep, yep.
and the demography is increasing. And I'm apprehended to see their demography at the daily basis increasing of the demography, which might exactly made, which might make the coastal areas insecure for Bangladesh.
Exactly that.
I'm apprehended that once upon a time, the coastal areas of Bangladesh might be controlled by the refugees, Rohingya refugees, and
It's
Bangladesh might not have any sort of control over there.
national
But
security concern.
Mm.
yes, and what was the
100%.
policy of Bangladesh government once upon a time? I do not know. It was quite exactly unwise, exactly to absorb this sort of refugees, offering refuge in Bangladesh territory. Now, the United States of America had also made the statement, particularly on the refugees living in the territory of Bangladesh. The Bangladesh had will have to accept them perpetually. But now Bangladesh government, how far it will be possible on the present government of Bangladesh to exactly to return them to there to make them return or to repatriate to ensure the repatriation of these refugees to their motherland in Rakhine. It's a question because the time are passing, and I believe that the present government will take some particular measure, by the influence of Dr. Yunus, by the international influence of Dr. Yunus. I fervently believe in his capacity and ability that he might be able to exactly arrange the repatriation of these refugees to safely to their motherland by a peaceful negotiation between Bangladesh and Myanmar by the help of the superpower of the world. But
Farad
it
bhai,
is it,
Farad bhai,
let me finish.
okay.
Let me finish. More than 1.3 million refugees, exactly Rohingya refugees. Their existence is definitely a constant pressure on the economy of Bangladesh, on the territorial space of Bangladesh. We
Mhm.
are sharing our food, we are sharing our medical care, we are sharing our space for them. But Bangladesh is not a big country territorially, small country. Bangladesh is not the one of the stronger nations economically. So
Right.
how far a country like Bangladesh could continue this sort of problem of the
That,
existence
that,
of
that, that's a point. That's a point I
more
was
than
trying to come
more than
Farad
one
bhai.
more than
Because the
1.3
president,
million
Farad
more
bhai,
than 1.3 million foreigners,
further,
refugees in
that would be
Bangladesh.
better for you to explain it, because the kind president of United States, now Mr. Biden, he's going to finish his tenure by the 19th of January. And from 20th of January 2025, Mr. Donald Trump is going to be the president. And he's a businessman, and we know he is going to cut some funding in overseas. The Western countries and United States have been funding last 5 7 years. And now, what do you think that funding, if that funding shrink, then what would be the scenario in that region if anything happened?
In the initial stage, this region will suffer, and the financial aid coming from the United States of America, particularly for the refugees, Rohingya refugees, if it is
Right.
stopped
It's a huge number. It's
after,
a big numbers. It's a
yes,
big
big
number.
number, if it is stopped when
Mhm.
Donald Trump will come to power, that will be a catastrophic situation for Bangladesh. And I think that the United States government will consider it with generosity and kindness. Otherwise, a country like Bangladesh will face a serious economic problem. And then I think that conflicting situation will be erupted between Myanmar and Bangladesh. That will be another problem. You know, I
Right.
think that the United States of America has got a particular project.
Mhm.
That they have got some, the preparation to do something in South Asia. If the United States of America wants to get a very tranquil situation to implement their exactly geopolitical project in South Asia, they might have some exactly preparation to not to stop any financial aid, particularly for the Rohingya
For the
refugees. You
Rangers
know
right now.
that it
Okay.
is a very serious problem. If the
All
region will be unrest,
right.
I think that China will take the opportunity, what will not be a comfort picture, particularly for the United States of America.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Farhad Hussain. Thank you very much, Mr. Iftikhar Azim. And we will the next week on a Friday, we will come back again for another issue, and appreciate it. And now we are looking forward to have another show in the next Friday. Appreciate it. Assalamu alaikum. See you
Thank you.
next week.
Thank you, Farid Bhai. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a
Thank
lot to
you.
Farid Bhai and Mitu Bhai. And I think that as so far my knowledge goes, many guests are very much eager to join your show to
Mm.
talk about the global politics, international matters in different ways and capacities.
Thank
And
you
thank
for
you that you are arranging your show exactly saving time from your extreme busy life. Thank you very much.
your compliments.
You must welcome.
Assalamu